The Mad K Studio Show.
All right, everyone, how you doing? I'm here with Rachel Dory. She has this beautiful artwork. I did a walkthrough a little bit earlier, you might have seen. But we're going to talk to her a little bit today about this is her first time displaying at Barret Jackson. And let's talk a little bit about this painting you're working on right now. It's a scene out of Bullet, which is, of course, fantastic. So tell us a little bit about you. Where are you from? How did you end up here instead of all these other art shows that you go to?
Well, I'm from Austin, Texas. I've been making art and selling my art for many years, but this is my first time at Barret Jackson. I saw a Jaguar restoration on the side of the road randomly. I didn't know what it was, and I painted it and then found out what a rare piece it had been. Sure. And it inspired me to paint more cars. So I was watching old movies to get inspired and found these scenes that I would have liked to paint anyway.
Yeah, so this is beautiful. So this is, a scene from the movie. She took is that a still from just a video, or?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Sure. And then
yeah, I crop in and find the spot that looks interesting to me. Like this one's an Alfred Hitchcock movie, and just a parking lot behind all the action.
Which was that? The Birds?
That's the Birds. Yep.
Yes.
The one underneath that is Goodfellas.
And this is Goodfellas, which is one of my favorite movies. And this is just a beautiful scene with it. And who's your helper here?
Oh, this is Trixie Lou. She goes everywhere I do, and she approves each painting. It doesn't go out the door unless she says so.
Oh, well, let's, if maybe we could take a little walk around.
Yeah,
and you can show a painting and I'll give us an explanation.
My typical work is side of the road, in between moments, the places that we all know and have our own personal stories attached to, but we rarely have a chance to stop and enjoy them because we're on our way somewhere. So these are the types of places that I've painted for a long time.
It's kind of the beauty of the forgotten architecture of the road and travel. This one over here, this barn really struck me because you see these barns with all the different colored wood that just, and sometimes it's painted, sometimes it's just the way it was. Mm-hmm. So maybe explain that one a little bit for us.
Yeah, I saw that barn when I was moving to Texas, and it just felt like if you walk through the center of that, you find a whole new world. Mm-hmm. So it was, I'm very interested in archetypes, and this barn really represented like the barn of barns.
Oh, it's fantastic.
And it produces vivid memories in people. They remember, like I had one woman who was in her late 90s, saw a barn like that I had made, and she said, I can smell my grandmother's hay, the hay in my grandmother's, and I was thinking, wow, that's,
Well, it's a moment in history, and this is what art is, and this is, this is why I love doing cars, because every car has a story. And everyone said, my grandfather had one of those, or we drove around those. That was my first car.
Yep.
And barns and architecture, that looks like, is that a Texas? It looks kind of a Texas landscape.
That was actually in California, but it could be anywhere. And that's what I like to paint at these places, that everybody can feel has a personal story and a personal attachment. And I love those personal stories, and that's part of why I'm so excited to paint cars. I do a lot of custom work.
Yeah.
And so, people, especially those that you'll find at Barret Jackson, are really passionate about the stories behind their cars, the cars that they've owned for their grandfather's car, or so many different stories. So it's fun to paint those. And
what's beautiful is it's not, you're not just cars. This one struck me too.
Mm-hmm.
I used to go to Cape Cod quite a bit, so the ocean is really something to me. And that just, I can smell the air.
Yep.
In that picture, I can feel the slats on your legs that you get when you sit on the one that doesn't have the.
Yes.
It's just beautiful. So let's look around the corner. I'd love to have you show us the Jaguar you were talking about, the race car.
This is the Jaguar. I saw this near my home in Austin, Texas.
I'll come back on it.
Yep.
Now get your name up there. Do you have a website?
I do. RachelDory.com. Just like my name. Yep.
Spelled conventional.
That's right. That's exactly right.
So what are you looking to get for out of this show? I mean, what's your goals?
I'm looking to. This is a community that I'm really excited to become part of, and so wonderful. Just diving in, meeting lots of people, hearing their stories, and making connections to do some paintings for folks, and Yeah,
Well,
it's a great start. Very
you guys,
excited.
Rachel does absolutely gorgeous work, and it's racheldory.com.
Yep.
If you want to commission some of the work, she also has beautiful work here for sale that I highly recommend. It's absolutely stunning. So thank you for your time during your busy time here.
Thank
And
you.
I appreciate it, and we'll get this posted up, and I'll put links in there for you so you can do it too.
Yay.
See ya. This one's just beautiful. You know, just simple things that you wouldn't think of painting, and she picks these kind of mundane subject matters to paint these really, really cool effects. This one, you know, has all the squares and things up there, and I just love her style. You know, very simple. This one's cool too. Look at that. I gotta get way down for this one. There you go. It's big. That's probably, you know, 4.5, 5 feet across. These are large scale paintings, and it's just beautiful work. This one over here is particularly interesting to me. It just, you know, we've all stayed back in the day at those kind of hotels. You know, she's working on something over here, and I'm going to take a picture of her card here for you. So this is Rachel Dory. There you go. Check it out.